Hey, it's James from Finney Electrical. On today's video we're doing a rewire, but I've had a nightmare yesterday. The van's broke, the turbo's down, we're working out the truck. Oh. Right, goodbye van. Not going to see that for a good month. I don't know. Oh. Right, here we go. Here's the job, here's the rewire. Show what we're getting up to. Right, so it's a bit of a building site at the moment then. So it was a HMO, and then the guys have bought it and just filled walls, knocked out walls, putting like a big patio on the back, stuff like that. So here's the board location then, so we're going to get cables from here, up a riser to the ceiling, and then across and down to all the lights, and then this section is floorboards, so we'll have to go up and under to some sockets around here. And then for the kitchen section and onwards, it's all concrete floors, so we'll have to come through the ceilings, which should be fun. Right, upstairs then. I think Brian and Sam are down here next week, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to chop out the boxes, drill down to behind the skirtings and just get the roots in really. And then all they have to do then is just get it cabled, bring it into the boxes, and that's it. So nice, easy for them. There's not loads going in. It's a nice cheap rewire, to be fair. It's basically like 2 sockets, light a switch per room, and that's it really. So it's a 3-bed, 1, 2, and a little one at the back. One big main route, so that's the fuse board. Will pop up here then. That's your hallway, that's your board. So it'll come up straight down here with its cables through this section and into the extension then. So I'm just going to get some boxes marked out then, and then we'll get chopping away. It's not precious about exactly where it's going. There's going to be a bed potentially here as an option with a socket to the side, and a bed here with a socket either side of the bed. So it's just marked out roughly where it wants it. So what we're going to do is go 450 to the bottom, do a line, we'll get your box on, get nice and level, draw around it, extend the lines, and then we're going to start chopping it out, and I'll show you how we do that. Right then, 450 then. Nice and quick for you, 450, mark him out, so that's your bottom of your box. Level on that, this way, like so, get it nice and level. Do a line across, box on, where it's sitting. Ah, I need a new pencil. Yeah, I left my tracer pencil in the van. Give it a 9. Extend your lines. If you've got something to gauge off later. And that's it. Right, that's ready for chopping. Nice and quick, nice and easy. So when it comes to chopping then, what we're going to do, get your drill bit on. Don't make it spin. Put it on the hammer mode, like so. And what we're going to do then is start at the side of the line. I'm going to slightly angle it outwards, because what you'll find is, because it's chamfered, what it'll do, it'll start tracing on the line, and then if you just do it straight, it ends up coming in a little bit, and then your box doesn't fit, and it's a bit annoying. So you go slightly out, and then you angle it outwards like that. So that's how you do it. That's the angle there. We're on with Middlesbrough now, buying this van. So that, yeah, it's ghost that van a bit. So I'm going to sell it, get it fixed up and sell it. But this is the van we're going for, 2025 Vauxhall Vivaro. Something like 24 grand or something daft. But yeah, it's really nice. Anyway, I better get back to my phone call and get it paid. There we go, beautifully done. So now what we can do then, what I like to do then, if the wall's a bit funny, oh, it's a bit hard to fix still. You've got fixing holes here and here and here and here and here. Now there's not much adjustment on these, so if you want to get a 450 to the bottom, perfect socket to the millimetre, exactly where you want it, then you can knock out these 4 backs and use a penny washer. Because the penny washer actual fixing covers this hole, and it allows you to move it around and twist it and go up, down, left, right, and get it to the millimetre. So that really helps if the wall's a bit wonky or whatever, because when you fix it, basically the box can warp. So let's say the back edge warps to the right, that right look here, it'll just dip down, so it won't be level. You see that, if that just dips in. So, obviously we want to level to the lugs, so it just gives you loads of adjustment after. I don't know, I bet a lot of people's sockets are just rule of thumb or just eyed up, you know what I mean? It's not perfect. It's just by using these two, because you can't get the right adjustment. So, anyway, I had some talk about some in the comment section about if the box is level, then your socket's level. And it's not, is it? Because these are the screws that your socket goes onto. So this can be wonky as anything, as long as these are level, your socket's going to be level into. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Let's get this fixed then, and we're going to chase down, drill behind, and then that route's in for the lads. Yeah, just to point out that we're going to drill down first, because if you get this long drill bit behind and that box is in the wall, you're just going to be drilling. This part of it's going to be into the box and you can damage the box. So we're going to drill down first, get the route, chase up, then fix the box. So to protect the skirting boards, we normally start a little bit above, maybe about 10, I don't know, 20 million, drill in a little bit, then start to raise it up. And then put your foot on the skirting board so you can't pop away. So we can do this one-handed. Nope. There we go, that's definitely going to blow the floorboards. So that is the route into the socket. Here we go, perfect job then. So it's level to the lugs. Cables will come up through the boards then, so we have to zip, get the cables in. When you the fish up then, there's a nice little penny washer fixing, just to nip it up, so you just hand tighten it. It just keeps it to the wall nice and easy. Clips, they can be a bit temperamental, should we say, they just pull out or whatever, or stick out, but penny washer fixings are the way to go, 100%. And fire rated at all times. Right, we're done wood, drilled down, that's ready to go. So we've got switch, socket and socket in this room, and then this room will be done. Oh, we're going to mark out some ceiling as well. So we have to find the middle of the room, drill over the 20mm hole, and again that's ready for the lads just to poke through and get down to the switch. Right, let's talk a bit about rewiring then. So you've got to plan out what circuits you're going to put in for a house. So for me, what I do is do sockets downstairs, sockets upstairs, sockets kitchen, and then that way you've got plenty of capacity. Kind of, you're not going to overload that, you're not going to get nuisance tripping. And then what other circuits would wire in then? We've got downstairs lights, upstairs lights. We normally separate those. And then we do a smoke detection. Sometimes we do outside lights and it's a separate circuit. Just in case you ever get any issues, it's kind of like on a different breaker. If you get like water in a fitting, but sometimes we'll tag that onto the downstairs lights. The other cables we'll probably send in. Cable for the boiler, so we normally put that on its own. Again, you can get issues with boiler stripping. So you don't want your downstairs or kitchen sockets to go off if the boiler's got an issue. Vice versa, if you've got issues with the ovens, like the element starts to go and now you've got no heating or hot water, that's no good either. Other circuits then to think about are like your hobs or heavy appliances, showers, things like that. So for this project, there's just an electric hob going in. So we just wire a 6mm, so it'll come out the board along with floorboards, along and then just down one of the risers just to get to the hob location. This is all getting bricked up then, all the way to the top. This roofing section is coming down. This is going to be a little courtyard. So this is like a little terrace house that's going in. Yes, that's the roof section, so that'll get pulled to there, cut down, and this will be like a little garden area then. We're going to have to sort the roof out, which is going to be interesting. But yeah, this is this project then. Yeah, having a nightmare with a vehicle, so I had to go back to the car garage and pick up all the gear because I don't get it back till August, knowingly. So, I mean, I'm working out the truck for a while. So we've got these, quite a few of these chopped out then. So we've got a socket here then. Like I said, we showed you how to do that, didn't we? So all the lads have to do then is get a route. So that's probably the first thing they'll do then. It's been like rewired before. So these are going to come up nice and easy. You'd have to chop out the boards, which is nice, apart from underneath the sockets. So there'll be a route. You'll be able to pop these out nice and easy all the way down. So you come out your board for upstairs sockets, pick up that one, come out your board to the end, pick up, go on, I'll show you. Pick up. There we go, pick up socket, back down, through here, pick up, socket, there's a whole socket to go in as well. One up, one down, pick up the socket, left, right, and then back to the board. So that's how you'd wire the socket circuit. So it'd be a 2.5 twin and earth would wire that in. Some people in York wire 4mm radials for some reason, but I like the option of a ring where if there's any issues, you can split that ring and still power it up from the other sides of the ring. If you've got a radial and there's an issue and you chop it in half, one half's dead, one half's live. But anyway, you're gonna lose half your circuit. That should wire in nicely. We've got a riser here then. So what a riser is, basically takes you from floor to floor. This will be the riser. We will use that zone. So we've got a lighting circuit for upstairs. So again, it'll come out the board, up the riser. For upstairs lights, it'll come into that switch, out of that switch to the next room, to the next room, to the next room. And that's the upstairs lights wired. It feeds to switches. And then it's just a cable out of that coming up along to the light where we drilled out. Up along out of that switch to the light, bathroom to bathroom light, and the bedroom 3 to bedroom 3 light, so nice and easy. And then the other one is smokes then, so we'll come out of here, we'll pick up probably a smoke on the landing, come out of here, up into the smoke there, out of there, all the way to the end, to the kitchen to pick up a heat. And then this is the same route again for all the other cables, so we're going to come up along, drop in the kitchen for that 6mm. We'll come down and wire the downstairs ring, just through the floorboards below, because that'll be easier. Kitchen ring will come up through here, 2 cables, drop down and then spread out and go in and out around the kitchen. And the downstairs lighting then will come in and out the switches and then end up right on that end in the kitchen and utility and outside light, nice and easy. I'd love to see how you do your rewires or set up your rewires. Do you trace everything out first, or do you get the roots in, do you lift up all the boards, then drill down, get the cables hanging out, and then just do a chopping in and pulling cables after? I'd love to know your process. What is the quickest way you've found? I'd like to know. Right, I've got another job to get to. So a letting agent's just basically said, oh, the tenants are moving in tomorrow. Can we get the remedials done? So I've got to do a fuse board changeover in a flat, sort out a shower pull cord, and a socket. It's got reverse polarity. Lovely. I think the landlord tried to swap that one over. Right, we're in the flat then. So it's right in the middle of York, this flat. Very nice. What do you think? I'm just about to move in. Well, we've got 2 bathrooms. Main bathroom en suite. Little patio. It's alright, isn't it? That'll do. Just got a board change, essentially. It is late. Let's see how quick we can do this then. So no RCD protection on circuits for the bathroom, so for some reason they've put an RCD protection for sockets. But not the shower. I think the shower will be worse. You know, I mean, water, naked, wet, and no RCD protection. However, plugging in a socket when you're dry is apparently worse. I'm just going to whip this out. New board in, RCBO board, SPD, let's go. Right, the only brand I could get was Eris then. So let's see how Eris does knocking out the knockouts. Not bad. And there's his up. There he is. Woohoo! Right, sticker time. I ain't got my label on me annoyingly because it's in my van. We have to go retro socket stickers, which is going to look great. There we go, top tips for retro labelling then. Get it on the end of your screwdriver. Get that mounted up. Well, lift it up. Oh, put it on backwards. And just offer it. Just slide him on in. Slide him on in. Little press. Pull away, and that's perfect. And that'll do. Job done then. So, shower pull cord swapped, board change, 1 smoke, 1 heat. Job's good one. And I got done in no right time. And here we have a random dog. Don't know where he's come from. There we go, Friday night, finished with a banana curry. Let's give this little bad boy a try. So we've got the jasmine rice. Let's get that bad boy in there. Thought I just missed the ball there. The banana could be a bit thicker, but looks a bit watery, doesn't it? Go on then, let's give this bad boy a little, little taste. It's alright. A little watery, disappointing. In York, Nana noodle from the last video. That were a lot better than this. Thick, tasty. This is a bit watery, really. What a shame. Anyway, there we go, Rewire. That's how we do it. That's how we set stuff up. Tell me how you do it. So if you like this kind of content, hit the like button, then hit the subscribe, then hit the little bell notification so you know when the next upload. And as always, a good one from me. We'll see you on the next one.